it going? It's Miyoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I am live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Are you guys asleep again? I hope you can join me. Sorry for being late again. I'm in the like a sleepy season. It happens, you know. It's a cycle, and also I think it's a season still. That it's spring, so yeah. I was thinking of doing a live stream outside, but I guess not today. The yellow sand is crazy today. Like my husband and I, we are both sneezing even inside our home. So hi, hello, thanks for coming. How are you guys? How are things? Today's newspaper, I see Trump senpai's picture. Yes. Yes, it's always like whenever Trump is on the newspaper, he gets the colored picture. That's my impression. Oh, Super Chat, thank you so much. Let me heart. Yay. Hello, how's life? How's life? It's good. I'm doing okay. Feel better, a lot better than before. And yeah, but I've been busy editing my video together with my husband's video. And yeah, but I'm proud of myself that I posted 2 videos recently. If you haven't, go check them out. They're shorter than I thought. Like I thought that while filming it would be like much longer, but it's actually kind of like 10 minutes to 20 minutes. So yes. And I have a few clips that I want to make out of the latest video. So it actually is kind of troublesome, you know, the procedure or the process. I mean, the process is kind of annoying, you know, putting 2 subtitles together. But I need both because I want Japanese people to watch it too. But Gordon Chan, by the way, the conservative guy in America, he kindly, cited my post and wrote his comment on it. So I was so glad. I haven't seen him though for a while. Like he was visiting Japan, like to Tokyo, for CPAC in Japan. But like last year, I didn't get to see him. So, but maybe this year. Congratulations on your fantastic Olympic team. Oh yes, like this. This is yesterday's newspaper. Yay! The Sakamoto is so like cheerful and uplifting, you know, and that she is the kind of person who takes like initiative or leadership in when there's a gathering, you know. So so young and fresh and energetic, like it's really good. Yeah, I feel bad for her though that she got like the 2nd place, and it's good enough, you know, like considering the competition in the world, you know, like one of the top people in the world. Still, like she of course wanted to get a gold medal. She couldn't, but then her coach is like, you know, now you're gonna have to, you know, like raise those skaters who can get gold, you know. So it's not her, but she will raise, like she'll I think she's gonna, you know, she plans to become a coach. So it doesn't say here. Yeah, but whenever I watch, like I turn on the TV, all I see is skating, and now I feel like I'm like I know a lot about skating than before. Right, and son, yes, of course I recognize you. You are coming to my gaming channel too. Yes. Thank you. So many Americans are talking about coming to Japan right now, Yoko. Really? What's that? The photo taken by the American Trump? It just says Reuters. Yep. What was I gonna about the what was it? Is it today's or yesterday? I think it's today's. I saw this is like an ASMR with newspaper sound. You guys were mentioned. Oh, super chat. Wait for me. I'm gonna. President Trump, his power or his authority, is like basically stopped, and then his support base like aggressively opposing to the sentence. Yeah. So it does say though at the same time that it's basically divided in both parties. Oh, thank you so much for your $10 super chat. Thank you always for your support. めっちゃ日本語 So Japanese. Thank you. Yeah. Second Amendment. Yes. Thank you. Japan might, at least we would try to, revise our constitution under Takaichi's supermajority. But still, we don't have like 2/3 yet in the House of Councilors, upper house. So we will see. The election, upper house election is set next year. So yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. Summary of the Supreme Court's decision. You can't implement tariffs by method X. You have to use the method Y. No difference, tariff schedule unchanged. That's good if that's the case. Like I haven't really read into the like a legal framework. So I don't know, but I did see from early on, like as soon as the sentence was announced, I saw that, well, Trump will just try another way in, that he kind of knew it or something. But yeah, but this newspaper, Yomiuri, explains at the beginning of, like, basically this is a summary of the entire article, or introduction, I would say. And it said that there's this part that says that not only the opposition party, the Democratic Party, the ruling party, Republican Party, inside the Republican Party, there were voices that, like happy voices. So basically probably talking about like non-MAGA Republicans. And that's what this newspaper article is shining a spotlight on. But at the same time, Trump's like a base support group, they're opposing strongly, but the administration cannot avoid the damage, it says. Who knows? Only time will tell, right? But yeah, it was also, oh yeah, and the betrayer article, post. The MAGA people are posting a lot of frustration and they condemned the sentence, and they are post like a betrayer and Supreme Court, about Supreme Court, I guess, that they threw away or disregarded the U.S. citizens and so on. Yeah. Oh, super chat! Thank you so much always. Thank you for super chat on my videos too. I really appreciate it. You're always making my day. Thank you so much. You did a great video. I'm always happy to argue with the 50-cent army in the comments. Oh yeah, definitely. I hope you never get discouraged and keep it up. Thank you. Strong Japan is good for the world. Yes. yes, I'm actually pretty used to those Umao 50 cent army people. I don't even know if they are actual people or just like bots, but yeah, whenever I post something related to China and criticize China, they somehow know, and yeah, they come like they crowd in, and but it's kind of funny because they always follow the same pattern. Like their narrative is always the same pattern, accusing Japan of militarism, and they talk about history, like trying to implement guilt on Japanese minds, and it's overly used that I don't feel a thing when I receive those comments. I'm rather thankful for their viewership, like when I get comments that engage in, like that's an engagement to my channel, and it actually what's the word, like it benefits my channel. So yeah, and same for X as well. And if I don't like it, I can just delete, or I can't delete. I guess it's like hide the reply and then block or something. But sometimes I just leave it there just to expose them, how what they say to me, because it's important. I think that like Japanese people get that all the time, So same for Tibetans, Uyghurs, Southern Mongolians, Hong Kongers. They get that sort of attacks, like cyber attacks as well. And I think it's important that people outside of those regions see it, so that you will just know, like objectively, you can see it and then realize, like, oh, they're way too like hardcore, So, but thank you though for your thoughtful words. Yes, yes, yes. I need to. I'm here to separate China. They call us separationists, but I don't like the word separation, because it's not that, like, they don't even have the right to colonize those regions, or I mean nation states. So yeah, it is like ASMR. Yes. How badly did it come out? I'm trying to get it properly done. Um, oh, the super chat. It's if it's like your translation, if it's done by AI, I guess that you could say, like, oh, make it more natural. It is. It makes perfect sense, and it's a like a grammar is good and everything. Just that people don't really write or talk that way. Yeah. Let's see. I'm running a campaign in San Francisco, California, keeping Japan, Japan, and now I'm a far right a far right. I said Japan is for Japan and got in trouble. Really? Oh no. I hope you're okay though, because liberals can, or CCP people, like they can be really, really, what's the word? Dangerous. They can get really violent. So like whenever you try to stand on the side of Japan, like you get attacked massively. So you gotta be careful. They're bots. You're on the Chinese list. I'm honored, that they think that my opinion actually does matter, if you look at it in a different way. Yeah, like the hardest thing is to be ignored, right? Like if my level is so low, and if they didn't think of me as influential, then they wouldn't come to me, but they do. So in other words, they're evaluating me highly. So yep. But they're doing the same, like China, also Russia. This is in. I know your standpoint about the war in Ukraine, but I am Japanese with different background. So let me talk about this. So Ukraine, this newspaper has like a series, like Ukraine invasion 4 years, right? And I think I saw that here on today's newspaper as well. Where's the first page? First page, yeah. Bleh. Okay, here, same. You see Ukrainian vision, right? So here, another here. But this article was interesting because it was introducing, like, if I say, say dark part-time job, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, there are jobs from Russia to Ukrainian people. And basically, of course, Russia wants to damage Ukrainian people, right? So what they do is to, it's actually the strategy by Russian side is actually kind of clever in a way because it's a great damage to Ukraine, and so what they do is to kind of insinuate the rewards for Ukrainian people for the information, the very information the Russian side wants. So basically make them like spies, like they hire young people, including minors, to give information to the Russian side and just pay them, right? So yeah, but anyway, this young kid, Alexander, 17, like there's this guy, like you can see the picture, but like he had a really difficult financial background back in the day, and his mom died, and then his father was about to get back to his job, but then they didn't have enough money, and he had to go to university or something, and then he needed money, and that was at the timing that he received a text message saying that if you want to earn money, click here, and then he clicked, and he was testing out by, of course it was sent by Russia, and he answered it and gave them the wrong information, like, oh, there's this Ukrainian troop right here, and then he got paid really, really well. So he kept doing that, but then it's even though it was not the correct information, it's still basically selling your country to your enemy. So now I believe he needs to, like, he's guilty, what was it? Yeah, what's that crime called? I forget. Like betraying your country. So, yeah. Anyway, so that was interesting. The way, like, Russian side doesn't care. Like, they do whatever it takes to, deceive people or to basically to bring chaos to the battlefield. So, yeah. Anyway, Google Translate. Howdy. Japan saved my life. Sorry that I defend Japan. We're thankful though for those who are interested in Japan, especially you guys, those who come to my stream. Thank you so much. Treason, yes, treason. Thanks for your reminder. Good morning, Yaka. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, treason. China does the same thing, but they target politicians. Oh, true. Or like, both China and Russia, they are coming on like industrial people too. Like there are lots of industrial spies, but then we don't have the law, like we don't have espionage law here in Japan. So that's why Takaichi is really like, she wants to make it happen in Japan, and that's part of the reasons why she's popular here. Yeah. And she made a massive speech, by the way. This is all what Takaichi said in the diet. how many words was it? Like there was some explanation over 10,000. Let's see. It says somewhere. What was it? I saw the number. Was it in this article? It was like 12,850 or something letters. She read so much. Where was that? I wanted to introduce the number. I wonder where it was written. I forgot. But yeah, this is all her speech, and she read everything in the diet. I am so impressed, you know. Yeah, but like introduction, like skills, or I mean, like I think it's technology, diplomacy. Wait, where's two? Oh, two. Second is economy, right? And then technology, diplomacy, and where's five? Defense capability and information ability, resources, human resources, and then safety and security of the society, like national security too. Yeah, but like inside domestic, and then conclusion. A lot. I wonder if they put the English version on their website. The problem that I have with Japanese system is that they don't translate everything, but for this kind of thing, probably they translate everything, but then it's late, or it's like their website is organized in, like, to me it's not organized and hard to find things. So I hope that they will revise the system. That would make my head hurt even with readers. Yeah, but the newspaper was saying too that she was fixing the draft in the, like, even in the morning, like the rhythm and expression, like she was editing in the morning in the morning of the day that she made this speech. So yeah. Another thing, you see former Prince Andrew about Epstein file. Is it Epstein or Epstein? I say Epstein. In Japanese, it's Epstein. Something like Epstein. But to the UK, there's like a shockwave. Former prince arrested. So like the royal family is in danger. So this is such a huge deal, and maybe this is why Trump didn't want to release the information. I don't know, because yeah, but as for the UK, I want Starmer to take responsibility, you know, for like his aides were involved too, right? But he's not taking the responsibility himself for appointing those people. So maybe he didn't know, but at the same time, the UK has what is it, 5 or 6 that have a lot of information. They are like one of the best spies in the world. So, well, of course they should know, but yeah. Anyway, and as for Epstein file, some Japanese people were involved. It seems that the name that I see often is it Joe Joichi Ito or something like that. I think is he the head of Chiba something university? I don't know well, but you know why I don't know well? Because our mainstream media is so quiet. And people on the right side, especially on the right side, we are wondering why the mainstream media don't really talk about it. Of course, like when things like this, like a prince level comes up, then they, report the news as the news from overseas. But at this stage, we don't hear like our people involved and so on. Maybe they're just checking the background, like the mainstream media has lots of regulations and so on. So maybe they are looking into it. But at the same time, others are pointing out that it could be that liberals are tied to that sort of group so that they don't want to expose themselves. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I wish I had the information, but we started to talk about it. But I did see a coverage in Tereto. What's what is it called in English? The TV station, TV. Is it TV Tokyo or um? Let me. What is it called? Tereto TV Tokyo. TX Biz. Yeah, TX Biz. I guess they there's this journalist who understands English and like a former Newsweek and also Reuters and what his name? What's it? I follow him on Yamada, Mr. Yamada. How do I read his last name? Toshihiro or something. International journalist. So he was talking about it in this TV Tokyo one, like for like an hour. I watched it all, but yeah, but that's like the one of the very few coverage that we are seeing. So yeah. Anyway. Oh, by the way, let me. I made my skin look better. I didn't realize that. Huh. I didn't realize that I didn't have it on. Anyway. Let's see. Epstein and Epstein. What? Two different names. Joey Ito. Yeah. Epstein. American says Epstein. Okay. But it's correct. One is pronounced with accent and the other one is pronounced with English language. It can be read as Epstein and Epstein, but we say Epstein. Okay, I will stick to American accent then. Epstein. Okay. I got my news of Joey Ito and Epstein from Shohei Kondo. Yeah, he's the only guy I know who talks about it. Yeah. I don't know about like people on the like X level, but like the mainstream media and actual like reporting, they're not covering it. So, yeah. Oh, super child, range, super child. Thank you so much. Good morning, Yoko. How are you doing today? It's been a while. I know. Thanks for coming back to this live stream. In the past few months, I started my journey into online dating, and I finally might have found someone. Her name is Sora Aoki. Wait, are you supposed to say her name though in public? She lives 4 hours away from me. Part 1 of 2. Wow! Congratulations! It's exciting. That's why you were busy, huh? You were busy. I was actually wondering, like you weren't here, so that's good. Spring, man. Spring is the good season to start, that sort of things. Yeah, I've tried online dating before. My majority of the relationships that I was in, it involved the internet, like how I started to know them. And I usually get to know them online because, I wanted a geeky friend, or nerd. Sometimes could be nerdy too. Like I wanted somebody on the same level as me back in the day, and or the kind of people, I guess, that I live on the internet, and like in the cyberspace. At least back in the day, I was doing that. So yeah, and then I got to meet people, and then I would go visit people, even on the back of the earth. Like I went to America twice to meet someone, different times, different people. But yeah, I was the kind of gal. So I ended up just meeting my husband locally though, so that was surprising, even by myself. Yeah, thank you. That's a good news. It's like looking at the future and It's exciting. I want, I can, I guess for me, it's for me to feel that sort of like fun times that I used to feel. I guess now I have to just do, like, I just have to work, to get excited about new things. New things are so exciting. So, yeah. Thank you again. Epstein is Anglo version of Epstein, which is German. Yeah, it does sound very German. Epstein, like Rammstein. That's the band name that I know, Rammstein. It's around Valentine's Day. That's true, but it's past though, right? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't give my husband chocolate. Yoga is perpetually online. What's the word perpetually? I hear that word often. That's the way it works. You get the person you're supposed to. Yeah. But it's interesting though, like when I look back, like I feel like I was a little too silly, to how I lived my life back then was now I look back and I feel like I was way off, but at the same time I needed all the experiences back in the day to stand where I am with the mindset that I have. Like I couldn't have skipped anything in the past to reach to this point in my life, like I feel so happy and it's like so relaxed and uh, like I just cherish every moment that I'm alive, and I really love the time to spend with my husband, and it's and also like all the people that I love are around me, and it's amazing, but I couldn't have gotten this like mentally mature if I didn't make all the decisions in the past, even though the decision itself can be kind of goofy sometimes. Yeah, it's interesting how life works out because, as early on, like when I first started to learn English, I was 15, and it was part of the English studies for entrance exams and so on. And then I realized, like, oh, I love American English, And the more I, went like got hyped about studying English, the more I felt attracted to America, which is a good thing, but simultaneously, the people that I got to talk to were liberal people, and I made foreign friends here in Japan too, but they are like liberals, conservative people usually stay in their home country, and liberals come here and they just complain about everything, right? They say they love Japan, but at the same time, they were complaining about some of our cultural aspect, and I didn't have enough knowledge to understand where I stand and where they stand. So I just took it as like a kind of like a guilt imprint, that oh, Japan is not as cool as I thought, or that oh, it's embarrassing to be Japanese, and oh, Westerners are the correct way to be, and so on. So I wanted to then as soon I started to feel that I want to be American because I started to dislike my country, and then I had that feeling, and then but then later in my 20s, I realized, like I learned about the true history that I wasn't taught in school, and then I like it's like ground shaky, like your whole world that you were living in collapse, collapses, and then you feel all the energy and everything, and you realize that you have so much love for your own country, and it's okay to love your country, that sort of things. And then, but then I started to love my country, but then I hated my country also in the past. So it's rare to experience both ends, like both extreme ends. And I think it's really doing me well, like I can reach out to liberal people and I understand where they're coming from. Like I exactly know how they feel and everything. And at the same time though, like I know like the contrast, like how important it is to protect our country and to be connected with a historical level with our ancestors and so on. So yeah, it's such a adventure And what's interesting is that what I was doing for myself, like I've loved American English, right? I've been studying, and in the past, I didn't even know where I was going with this English studies. That it was just the it was almost weird that I loved English and I didn't know how to use my ability. But today, because I had such a change in my life, now I am using to reach out to you and I can make English videos and talk about my country's perspective to the world, and I can actually engage with a thing that I didn't know what to do with. But now I look back, it's like a divine guidance. Like you have to do it this way because you were in Japan and that's the only way that you were supposed to take this, learn this and everything. And it's just guided in the way that you don't realize what you're doing today end up becoming, as in conclusion. So it's so exciting. Anyway, I'm rambling. Super chat, thank you so much from Sweden. Thank you so much. 頑張ってください。ありがとうございます。Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, here comes the second orange sticker. Thank you so much. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Part 2. But I shouldn't have said her name. Yeah, turns out she's a Japanese American and she moved to America when she was 10 years old. So far, she's been a good catch. I will be meeting her in March. I'm like, oh, excited! Oh, I feel like a grandma. I feel like a grandma. That's so cute. Oh. But she's Japanese American. So she's Japanese and then moved to America. And that's sort of Japanese Americans. Or is she mixed, or I don't know. Japanese? Like racially Japanese? But that's the most exciting time to meet for the first time in person. But I actually think that, like, of course you need to be careful as for, like, some people like scam you and so on. So if that you clear all that sort of things, then when you actually have a relationship online and then meet for the first time, it's actually like when you meet, it's better than meeting random people on the street for the first time, because it's like meeting a celebrity in a way that you know this person through the screen, through the pictures, videos, whatever, and there's a distance, and then you pile up all this like the good things that you fantasize, and if you have that in beforehand and meet someone in person, it's like you're forever in love, that there's this like it's basically like meeting a celebrity, seriously. Yeah, it's actually really good. People who have never experienced that will never know. But yeah. Oh, super chat, another super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, super chat, yay! Yellow super chat. I am 40. Oh, same as me. And I haven't found a good girl that likes motorcycles, anime, manga, and camping. Oh, that's wild. That's kind of tough. Yeah. I can. You gotta find someone like Takaichi. She likes motorcycle. There are pictures of her riding on it, but like riding on one, but she had to quit because of her political career to be responsible for her life. But yeah, that sort of like badass type, right? It's interesting because you like anime and manga, others, so that's kind of like, you stay home, you're inside a person, and at the same time you like to camp. Camping is kind of like outside, and it's like different type altogether, so it might be kind of tough. Yeah, but I don't know, when you have a hobby though, don't you meet people or maybe our age though, people are taken. But then it has like a phases, like when we were younger, people like our like what you call you. As for you, you're girls, but for me, boys, they were taken, right? Like whenever I see attractive people, they were already dating or something like that. But then, so that stuff. But then, we are older, and what happens is that people get divorced and so on. And divorced people are good because they have experiences, and they have learned from that experience, like how far they were right and how, to other extent, like how bad they were, and they learned the lesson, and they cherish the fact that someone will be with you. So they might be good people. this is a, this is an awful advice, but yeah. But I'm sure that you can find someone. You gotta find her or early though. Like she's waiting. She's like somewhere. Isn't it interesting that your partner is somewhere out there? That's what I was thinking when I was younger. Like my husband was here long before I was born. He's 9 years older than me. I never thought that I would like. I liked older guys, but it didn't matter. It was not my thing. I didn't really care about age, but like I didn't expect that I would be married to someone who is 9 years older. So that's interesting. And he was ready to meet me, like when he was, yeah, when he was 9, I was born. And it's so interesting. He was in elementary school, and I was like, ah. Isn't it interesting? But yeah. Anyway, oh, super chat. Thank you. Another super chat. I've seen what she looks like. I can confirm she's just Japanese. No mix. I was really surprised myself. But that probably means like if she moved when she was 10, then she should, like her communication must be really, really good. So that's good. Oh, I'm happy for you. You gotta let me know how it goes. Everything that goes. Oh, but in March, you know what's happening in March? Takaichi is visiting Trump next month. So, yeah, that's exciting between Japan and the US, and you guys will have things to talk about. Oh, by the way, your leader is in America. Yeah, and but then after that, though, at the end of March to early April, Trump is flying to China to meet Xi Jinping in his country. So before that, like right before Trump goes to meet Xi Jinping in China, Takaichi is flying to America and talk to Trump. So hopefully Trump will keep all the things that Takaichi says to him in his head when he flies to China. So that's our plan. We gotta tell him all the Asian situation. I used to like older girls like Jukujo, really mature women. Yeah, I can understand. They're sexy. Yeah, like yeah. There's the what's that word? I want to know that word in English. Let's see. I can't believe I'm looking this up. This word. Let's see. Tolerance? I don't think that's translating. But I guess, yeah. Have a tolerant nature. Be very accepting. Have a big heart. That doesn't. Sometimes it's lost in translation. Kind of not inclusive, but expansivity. Depth. Anyway, super chat. Thank you. Japanese Communist Party should be investigated. I think they are investigated all the time. Like it's not investigated, but like the police is always watching them. And it's, back in the day, like when I first started to engage in political field, I thought that Japanese Communist Party is illegal in Japan, because when you look at the constitution, like we cherish our emperor, our Tenno emperor, and the Japanese Communist Party, they want to defeat the emperor's, like, it's not system but emperor culture, like how our society is. They want emperor to be gone, and so that's basically, like, if you even just by looking at the constitution, it's like violating, right? So I thought that they are against our system and that they should be eliminated and they shouldn't have a national party, But then I learned that it's important to let them swing swim a little bit, so that you can see what they are doing, like visually, and they don't go underground thanks to it. If you give a certain level of right for them, then they will just engage like a normal person, and so then you can check what they're doing, and from there you can see who are connected to whom and so on. So, and also our police people, they always talk to it doesn't matter if you are on the left side or right side, the police, or what is it called? Is it police? Yeah, Tokyo police is a little independent and it's different, but the police kind of people, they will go talk to political people for information. So yeah, they're collecting information all the time. So even though at this point we don't have the intelligent agency, Takaichi is trying to establish an official intelligence agency. But for now, police has been doing that. So yeah. Yeah, she's excellent at speaking English. That's awesome. Like the reason why I couldn't, I wanted to practice American English when I was younger. And of course, like when you are practicing English, you meet foreign people, right? Especially Americans if you're studying American English. So that's why I had relationships with American guys in the past. But the last relationship that I have, like it was serious, I wanted to be together with him, but then I couldn't cross the international border. I couldn't cross the border because like at the end of the day, you have to be able to communicate so well, even like with Japanese people, it's difficult to communicate, and the language is such a barrier, like you think that you are overcoming that, but then it's difficult. Some people don't care about it, like they feel it and that's enough for them. But for me, I learned that I am the kind of person who needs to verbally understand everything, because with words, you kind of position everything in line. So I wanted to have the mutual, like a common understanding in a relationship, and I couldn't cross the border. But for you, you don't have to think about it. So that's good. Yeah. I don't know her characters. Takaichi, yeah, you wrote it perfectly. Didn't feel like looking it up, so no, you wrote it perfectly. Yeah, I hope they make a commemorative stamp for the visit. I got Shinzo and Trump stamp. Oh, cool. 日本の言葉はさっきのはなんだっけ？なんて言おうとしたっけ？ I forgot what I was. 包容力。包容力。包容力。Nice usage of who and whom. Thank you. Grammar. Oh, Super Chat, thank you so much. Be wary of establishing an intelligence agency that operates outside the law. They will turn on you. Oh, that's a good point. That's very important. But Japanese people, though, we're so like, I don't know how to say, like guilt imprinting ourselves, that because like we've been living in this so-called post-war regime for 80 years. So what that does to our mentality is that we are taught all the time, like 24/7, that we are bad people, that we need to stop ourselves. And we can't even have a military forces. Yeah, right. So that imprint is really, really strong. So me, I'm one of the very minority in Japan that who are really confident, being Japanese. But the majority of people in Japan, they're still haunted by the past. That, in my opinion, Japanese people back then were doing the best they could, and um, I'm not gonna justify everything. Some operations, like military operations, were bad, and the leader was bad, and so on. It happened, but as a country, like we were, in our understanding or perspective, it was like defending ourselves from other forces. It was a war, right? But people don't have that perspective, and they just demonize wars in general, even defending ourselves and so on, and that we shouldn't be a normal country because we are bad. That's the recognition. So whenever, what was it? So recently, actually last week, I talked about this. That this is from last Sunday, right? So export about of our military equipment to Ukraine, basically, but like in general, because we can do that to Ukraine, but we want to just through that we want to change our system, right? So we want to export our military equipment, but then we need to be careful that we don't get involved in the war itself. And that's why we are planning to send only non-lethal weapons, but that's like basically binding ourselves. Like we have potential as a country. Like other countries are doing things freely, and why do we stop ourselves from doing all these things? But at least our generation, I mean, by our generation, I mean like the Japanese people living today in the society today, we still have that lingering in the back of our head that we have to stop ourselves. Like we shouldn't be freed. It's ironic because that means that we know the potential in us, that what we can do, how powerful we are, but we are like just hiding. So yeah, but as for intelligence, for now, how the intelligence situation is happening is that all the like our cabinet level, and also our police people, and also each ministry and so on, they collect information by themselves, and it's scattered around, and it's not integrated. So that's probably part of the reasons, I think, that, yeah. And we need to establish that, because without it, we can't cooperate with other countries like America, Australia, the UK, and so on. Like what it's called, like Five Eyes. We can't get into Five Eyes because, first of all, like we have an English barrier, language barrier. We are not native speakers, so that's I guess is part of the reasons too. But also like our intelligence level is not as good, so we gotta make sure that we can be competitive with other countries. Yeah. Oh, super chat again. Thank you so much. Thank you. She's excellent at writing English and probably speaking it too. Last night I was supposed to video chat with her, but both of us fell asleep early. It was pretty funny, not gonna lie. Oh, but I mean, yeah, good things can wait, right? Like yeah, probably like subconsciously, both of you wanted to just keep the good things for later. That happens. It really happens. Like you are driving yourself subconsciously, always. So I hope that Japanese have more confidence and pride in their nation. Thank you, thank you for saying that. I always thought that Japan would have the best spy agency since they have ninja culture. We did back in the day. It's only after the post-World War II, you know. Yeah, like for example, there was this amazing guy, Motojiro Akashi, who was a spy sent to Russia. Huh? He was an intelligence officer. Yeah, and so official officer, right? Official. So he was sent to Russia, and he was planning to like, or he was trying to divide Russia, and he was doing it successfully, but the timing was not like right when he was about to make it happen. The government was like, "Oh, you did enough. Like now, come back," you know. So he didn't get to do it. What if he had successfully did it, and then the history from there might have changed? You know, like we would have a parallel world. Yeah. Oh, super chat! Thank you so much. Five Eyes opposes all nationalism. They are not on your side. Stay away from them. Really? I don't know. Like in Japan, we hear that our country, like our government, is trying to get in, but I don't know. It's I think that there is some like internationally when you work internationally, there is always going to be the barrier, especially if you come from Asia. You know, the Westerners and English speaking countries, their ties are much closer than what we, you know, than us. So there's always the difference. But I don't know. I don't actually know the details of Five Eyes situation. So yeah. That's how my wife and I started. We would fall asleep over the phone too. Oh, cute! Does Ishin regret not getting a cabinet position during the first Sanai cabinet? Now they did not get any cabinet position in the new cabinet. Oh, true. そっか。維新って結局あれポジションなんちゅうの大臣のもらってないんだっけ？あ、そうか。今回はそのままあれしたからね。This time, like everyone just continued their minister position, so that's why they didn't get in. So it's gonna be the next reshuffle. Is it reshuffle or like when they change the ministers and so on? It's all the spots are remaining the same. Inside the LDP party, there are some minor changes, but yeah, it's 5. Locally, we hear like 5 o'clock music because in Japan, you know, we are testing the bells and so on in order to see if the siren goes out when emergencies happen, like natural disasters. Is it coping because people always going to badmouth anybody who is successful? Yeah. That's true. Guilt complex. If your police force does intelligence, I think your police force is really capable. Is that true? I think so, but you know, collecting information is not as fancy as it sounds. It's basically talk to people. You know, it's not like you can't. I don't think our system allows you to like monitor you through the phones and so on. Like you can't do cyber things or using cameras and so on. I don't think it's allowed. I'm not sure, but probably. So like they will just come talk to you, you know, and probably inside they are sharing reports, you know, that happens periodically, or when things like when political incidents happen and so on, they're gonna ask the people directly like what happened and so on, like, oh, what's your role? What did you do and what do you think, and that sort of things. Oh, super chat, another super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. You need to keep the ability to break laws that you believe are unjust. That is how moral people can push against government overreach. Be careful with intelligence agencies surveillance. That's the that's the thing about Japan that is probably hard for you to understand. In Japan, conservatives want surveillance. It's the leftists who don't want a surveillance. I know how you are, I know you guys. I know where you come from and why you want it, the way you want it, and so on. But in Japan, it's it's a little different, the backgrounds are different, our culture is different. So conservatives think that we're basically one big family with emperor like our father and so on. We are the same people, the same level, and even the rich people and so on. We do have gap, but not in the way that Americans have. We are somewhat same level as for living standards and so on. And we have national insurance, and also we just expect people to be the same. And if you stand out in Japan, unless you're like Shohei Ohtani, for example, like if you're extremely good, or if you're like the figure skaters, like extremely good, then people will praise you. But if you just stick out a little bit, then people will hammer you down. So that's the culture or society that we live in. And so yeah, and then as for intelligence, still, like conservatives, or like we want, like Japanese people really care about safety. We are proud of this, like a high trust country. Like we are, the credibility is high, and also we know how to make the community safe. And we are doing it like all by ourselves, right? So we are proud and we like it the way it is. And in order to protect this premise, we need to make sure that people will not violate whatever, all this calm, protected community that we have established. But leftists in Japan, like terrorist type or radicals, they will do things behind our back and then do violent activities, or they plan something dangerous, or they just want to break this good community, for their agenda, to basically they're like the opposition in our country, right? And sometimes they do illegal things, and then we want security, so we want to watch them, because we have no problems with being watched, because we're not doing anything bad. We don't think about privacy and so on as much as Americans or the people in the West do, because like what's there to hide? And like the government is not really, like we don't have the standard like big government, small government. Now we are learning from America as for fiscal policies, but as for cultural background, like big government, small government kind of thing, like as for the powerfulness and authoritarian, not authoritarian, but like, what's the word? Like, you have power, government has power, but we don't really care. Like, we want stronger leader to make sure that nobody messes with our country. So I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, leftists just go underground and they hide things. So we want security cameras everywhere. When we were installing security cameras, it was the leftists who were opposing to it. Now they're used to it, so it's okay. But now, as for when there was the time that Abe was pushing this law called Himitsu Hogo Ho. What is it called? This is Act on Protection of Specially Designated Secrets too. What was that though? What was that about though? I don't remember. But yeah. Oh yeah, because the leftists were opposing that the law would have like opposed to freedom of expression and so on. But leftists always are the ones that just do things behind us, if you know what I mean. So we just wanna watch everything so we can catch them. Yeah. Japan is a high trust society. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I hear from the West often. Are Yakuza leftists or are they more conservative? Culturally, very conservative, but yeah, because right wing, like really, like round. Sometimes like Yakuza type of groups do like political activities, but yeah. So, but they're just extreme. Leftists are leftists. Leftists are in Japan are like socialists and communists, and they might not openly say. Some of them do not openly say it. They just work individually. But Japanese culture is that we are responsible for the actions that we take, and that seriously it's about harmony. The harmony, the concept comes from like 6th century or so. Like the spirit of harmony, if you look it up online, probably like Japan harmony, you can probably get like a cultural explanation. But we want the harmonious society. That's our conservative value and historical value, and we like it, the harmonious. Individually, like you can do whatever, but like you gotta make sure to respect the harmony in the society. So whoever like leftists, for example, they think about revolution. What we have is amazing, but they want to change everything. They don't like Japan today. They want to have a revolution. Revolution means to disregard everything that happened in the past and cut the ties. Cut the history that we have lived. But we like what we've had, right? So that's why they are bad for us. Yeah. Oh, super chat, thank you. I'm just so happy to see the USA and Japanese figure skating teams be each other's biggest cheerleaders. Yeah, me too. Imagine PRCC's first the Japan's election, then USA and Japan skaters joining hands culturally. Yeah, it's been amazing. I've been loving what's happening recently. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. What's interesting though, as for the Olympics, I don't see like a Chinese people getting medals. Are they receiving medals? Because I thought they were stronger, but this time I don't see them much in the race. So that's very interesting. I don't know what's happening with Chinese people, but yeah. But I'm really thankful that American representatives, even in sports, are really, really like friendly to Japanese athletes. It's yeah, it's I don't take it for granted, because like back in the day, like I didn't really have that expectation, and yeah, I think like is it Alisa Liu, the really cute guy, like a mixture with Chinese blood, but her father was marked by the CCP and so on. But I think yeah, she got a gold medal. But yeah, she loves manga and anime, and she was, talking about her favorite anime and so on. And I realized though that our, like anime and manga, like such a soft power that unites the world, And actually, even Chinese people like Japanese manga and anime. So it's really, I think, important to culturally interact like that. So yeah, but yeah, it's I really like it when Japanese people and Americans communicate well, and to be there it's so interesting because on a political level, like Trump and Takaichi, like you said, like they are together, supporting each other, and it's even on a civilian level that's happening, and that's just how we are, I guess. Yeah, it's you might not have this impression of Japan, but Japan is really, really Americanized. We are proud people. We have, of course, we love the fact that Japan has been Japan for over 2,000 years, and that and conservatives especially, we are proud of our culture, our history, and emperor and everything. But in modern days, back in Meiji era too, like we started to change ourselves to adjust the Westerner-led world. We had to change ourselves a little bit to protect ourselves eventually. So like as far as the things that we can compromise, we compromise, and then we just formed ourselves in a different, like a new way, while keeping our historical values. And after the World War II, we were occupied by the U.S. and not everything was pleasant. Of course, like we lost the war, and there was the consequences. But I think that our leaders thought about how to survive in the situation, even earning the trust from America and so on. And American side listened, had an open mind for us and listened to us. So, and then we had a great communication. And then even though in a way it's kind of bad, economically speaking, like if you see McDonald's or Starbucks everywhere, it's kind of like if you look at like a CCP, people would notice like, oh, like you are basically economically, ruled by America or something. They could think like that, but we are just enjoying the culture of America and so on because we get it, and it's really like it. The chemistry is really good, and I felt the same thing when looking at Hong Kong. I've been to Hong Kong. I think I went in 2017. Yeah, like 20-year anniversary since the handover to China. And what I felt was Hong Kong was really similar to Japan, actually. I didn't expect that. People were saying Taiwan is really close, like Taiwan is like Japan, there's some elderly people speaking Japanese and everything, But I didn't really feel it when I went to Taiwan. And then when I went to Hong Kong, though, I felt like so much like connection with Hong Konger people. And a large part of it is because of actually ironically, the colonization by the UK. Why is it called back in the day? British Empire. Yeah. So, and it actually kind of westernized Hong Kong, and they have the like a UK value. So then we have the American influence in our society. So when we engage, in communication, like we get it, we get each other very well. So that's so interesting that things happen like that. Oh, super chat, another super chat. Thank you so much. I forgot to mention this is I have an Akita Inu. You have an Akita Inu? What? Super cute. Her name is Aiko, and she came from Utah, and I'm from Connecticut. I've had her for 7 years. She's excellent dog. Overall, wouldn't get any other breed ever. Akita is super cute. There are like 1 or 2 in our neighborhood too, and one in particular is like right there. Like there was for a year or so, he was always like kind of crying like every day in the morning and at night. Right. So we were hearing him too, but sometimes like the Akita in our neighborhood is just out with the owner and just standing there in the corner of a street, and like every time I'm like, it's cute. The fluffiness and the size and the kind of the face and super cute. Man, you have Akita. I'm so jealous, man. Oh, but yours is a Aiko, so female. Cool, 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 cool. Nice, nice. Oh, another. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much, you guys. Please thank Miso Trash because such a sponsor of today's live stream, and I'm really happy, and I feel like such a financial relief right now. I feel so good. Thank you so much. The tools you make for safety can be used against you. True, true, true. Like depending on who has the harness. Communists will use your own values as a cud, cud gel. What is that? If they are given a chance, I wouldn't want to tell Japan what to do. Just think about it carefully. Thank you. Yeah, but the thing is, though, it doesn't. Like I'm almost certain that Japanese people will not change in the way that in the worst scenario. It's rather difficult because now that normal people are online and Japanese people, it's usually like 80 in my sense. It's like 80 people the same. They have common sense. 20 people or so, they're just crazy. So yeah, it's like I know my people and they cannot, like, even the woke culture, it can't harm our society because we have, for example, like transgenders and like gay guys and lesbian and so on. Like they've been here, and some of them just have common sense and they speak up from their standpoint for the majority. They are the minority and they stand for the majority of us, and they don't get politicized. They embrace who they are and where they stand, and it's okay for them. It's their life lessons, and they have the underground culture and they like it. And Japanese people are not like, we don't discriminate them. Like elderly old men might have some kind of, like, I guess it happens among men that they kind of get scared or something, but like for gay guys and so on. But like generally speaking, like we have lots of like LGBT type of talent on TV and so on. So they're like, we have a tolerant culture and we are already living with them together in a harmonious way. But then leftists, they want to import all these liberal campaigns that are conducted overseas, and they try to import them into Japan, but we already have everything that they want to do. And so it doesn't work like that. So yeah, but yeah, communists too, like they are just despised in our country. People with common sense just think communists are crazy. So yeah. I'll send the pics on Twitter. Oh, thank you. But yeah, anyway, yeah, but thanks for your concern though. It's always important to have a calm, what's the word, like an objective mindset, and like yeah. I like the LGBT in Japan because they don't support communism. Yeah. Like they're just Japanese people, like whatever their sexual preferences are, there are Japanese people. So it's only that my minority of the minority people get used by leftists, and then they do small actions, but it doesn't echo inside Japan. because they are the crazy ones, and everybody can see it. I thought Japanese homosexual culture was above ground. What do you mean? You know, like Japanese people, like Japanese women especially, they even love like the certain manga type that is like, is it called BL or something? I don't know well, but like, you know, boys, oh yeah, boys love, I guess, the abbreviation for boys love, I guess, BL, it's called. And so so it's basically like boys love each other kind of thing, and it's depicted in manga, and Japanese girls or women, they love it. So, yeah, Japanese people are, we just like everything good, you know, whatever it is. And we don't have like religious boundaries, you know. Christian have Christian values, for example, but we Japanese people in Japan, we just we do have, of course, like we have the religious background and everything, but it's not like we have a Bible, you know, that nothing is bound by our religious background. And we, again, like, it's what's important the most for us is harmony. So yeah, harmony, safety, that sort of thing. So it's like, as I said, like it's the collectivism, basically. So collectivism, so all have to be the same. That's the pressure in our country. So whoever tries to, you know, make a scene, they will be pressured down. So even the, you know, sometimes like streamers and so on do stupid things, you know, like sometimes early on there was like a young part-time job guys who were doing silly things at work, for example, you know, putting themselves in an ice cream fridge or something, you know, like just stupid things. And then the whole Japanese people were like accusing the guy like really, really massively. So it's hard to articulate that, but like Japan is like we are nice people, but we choose to be that way. So whenever there are people who try to change the way we are, we're like, you know, death sentence. We easily say like, oh, death sentence, you know. It's hard to do it, to execute someone to death, but we have the sense like, oh, just die, you know. We're like harsh like that sometimes. Yeah. Something on gays and lesbian culture underground. Yeah, like they don't claim they're right. Like the LGBT type of people in Japan generally, unless they are used by leftists, generally they just hide, you know. They just prioritize the harmony and so on. I guess like nowadays it's easier for them to just say it, and people don't care, you know, because we don't have the like a Christian kind of boundary and so on. For example, like the way we perceive things are different from the people with other religious backgrounds, if you know what I mean. And they're just, you know, just like underground. I mean, like, for example, like metalheads. Like I'm into metal, right? And we metalheads are there, but like it's kind of underground, you know. That we don't stand out. We are just there, and then we enjoy our own space, kind of thing. So gay guys, for example, like in Tokyo, there is this place called Kabukicho, and there's like I'm subscribed to this YouTube channel called Sannin Kanjo, and it's 3 gay guys holding a YouTube channel, and they own a bar in the area, Kabukicho, and they talk about how irregular the place is, and also they have their own event, but they just do it in their community and not like they don't have the validation problem, to that the Western LGBT people yell to the world like, "Oh, we are here. You be like us," and that sort of thing. They don't have that sort of things. They're just in their community and enjoying their life. Yeah. Gays are on TV less than before. I don't see Kaba-chan and Iko anymore. No, they just got older. Iko-san still like gets on commercial. I see him often on commercial and so on. I think that their careers are actually successful, that they don't probably need to be on TV. But we have Matsuko, the big guy with makeup and wearing a dress. Matsuko, she or he is awesome. Still really really funny guy, but really mature too. Like of course they have all the inner struggles, and I guess that's what that's what makes them mature mentally. So it's whenever they talk about life, it's really deep and really good. Anyway, okay. There's a blizzard coming later tonight. Blizzard? What is blizzard? 21 inches of snow, which is crazy. Blizzard? I gotta look it up. Blizzard. 吹雪? 猛吹雪. 猛吹雪 is coming. Wow. You gotta be careful. Snowstorm? Snowstorm would make a good metal band name. Yeah, snowstorm. It sounds so beautiful and scary at the same time. Snowstorm. 21 inches. It's like probably like 40, 50 centimeters. That's deep. Where I live, the best we can do is like this. Like this. Never. Yeah. But the snow has been really heavy though in Japan. Recently. Like this year, I mean. Yeah. But there are some people. Yeah, there was a case recently that they were trying to get rid of the snow in the snowy region. They were trying to get rid of the snow on the roof, and 3 guys were working on it, and then it's the way they did it was wrong, I guess, and it slided, and then they got buried, and one of them died. So I was so sad to see that news. Yeah, it's so crazy. The snow is beautiful and everything. It's cold, of course, but like, when you look at it, it gives you a calm sense, at least from looking at it from a distance. But it's really dangerous. And Japan, by the way, so it was cold, and then recently, all of a sudden, it's becoming warmer, and like it's as warm as it's spring. I mean, like April or so, the temperature got really high all of a sudden. So then the snow are melting rapidly. So people are like, the news just tell people like, oh, be careful because the snow will just melt and fall on you. I'll be getting firewood later today. Wait, you have like the fireplace? Is that what you are saying? You have a fireplace? Do you guys have fireplace? I wish I had a fireplace, but we don't. Like, it's Japan, and we don't. So like, there was a time a few years ago. I don't do it anymore for some reason, but for a while I was putting fireplace video on this big TV screen just to feel, but I felt warmer just by looking at the screen, like the clicking sound that it makes, right? Like I was like, it's so warm, When I lived in Osaka, I never saw any overt or flaming gay people for 3 years. I was groped by a gay guy on a train. What? So I guess they are there, but you can't tell straight up. Yeah, like you can't really tell because they don't. They're just dressed well and they're good looking, and that's all. Yeah. Like they don't. Japan is not the country of like insisting rights, you know. Even though we are very westernized, especially nowadays, we don't have the sense of like right. Oh, it's my right to do this and that because it's a collectivism society. So we just take the responsibility as one person of the whole society that we shouldn't do bad things. You know, we have to be responsible for what we do and how we appear to the public. Yeah, with the sense of the public is very, very like a key to understanding Japanese culture or society. Yes, yes. Wood stove. Oh, such a rich life. Like I really love like watching American TV shows and so on because the life that people have, you know, in the woods or in the in a suburb area and so on, it's really rich, you know, like what you do. Like it's kind of like you see the natural like nature things still like fireplace and so on, and then it's so spacious. Japanese places are so narrow. Everywhere you go it's so small, but America has so much land. It's everything is so spacious and really like living with the nature, and yeah, it's so cool. I've also done that with fake fire. Yeah, like in Japan, when you go to like is it appliance store? What? Like electronic stuff, you know, like if you go to that sort of store, uh, you see it's like it looks like a fireplace, and you do see some steady things inside, but it's actually fake and it's just electronic and not a real fire. So yeah, that's our fireplace. Some people make it, but if they live in like a bit of definitely not a city place, but yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, super chat! Thank you again. Does Japan still have counterculture groups like the Skeban and Bosozoku? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like there are Bosozoku still. I don't know if it's like organized and so on, but sometimes like when I'm staying up late, I see like really really loud motorcycles outside. Like, I'm like, please, like just so loud, like it's so like they're like to me it sounds like I'm here, you know, hear my sound, you know, that's what it sounds like to me, and I'm like, please don't scream for validation, you know. They are still there. It's much less than before, but they're still, yeah. I don't actually know what スケバン is. スケバンって何？なんか番組があったの覚えてるけど。うん。でもスケバンなんか80年代の。スケは女だからバンは番長だよ。ああ。あ、そうだ。今。え、スケって女なの？へえ。スケバン。That's a term from the 70s and 80s, so I don't actually know well. Yankee 突っ張り this type of yeah, but you know nowadays like they don't have like long skirts like this, like they make it really really short, and yeah, the hairstyle is different, but Yeah, like there are always what do you call Furio in English? I forget that. Furio Yankee. Just bad. What's the word for? Oh yeah, punks. Yeah, kind of punk-ish people still here in Japan. Like if you go to like countryside, huh, their educational level is low, so they are gonna like they. I guess the problem probably is that of course the cultural background is there, but like verbally they can't communicate well. I think the verbal problem is there, because when I go to countryside, the people cannot speak as well as the city people, because probably because of the jobs that they do. They don't need it's the jobs that they have don't require much verbal communication, and so they're not trained. So when those who are not verbally trained try to communicate with each other, of course there are some miscommunication that happens, and then which evolves into fights and you know but punk people, and like I see like really terrible bullies in school though in Japan. So yeah, it's really scary. Teenagers are so scary because they don't know the limitation. Yeah. And then so in our society today, teachers cannot scold young kids anymore in the way that people are doing in the back in the 80s, 90s, and so on. That political correctness, of course, is there. That's the negative side. Like it doesn't go as far to as like woke and so on, but political correctness is kind of like Japanese culture to a certain extent, that we want to be good, we want to be nice to everybody, and we don't want to, like harm the harmony and so on. So the chemistry is good. So that's why Japanese people, a lot of them push political correctness. But because of that, teachers cannot like back in the day, like teachers would just slap the kids and so on. But today, of course, they cannot touch the kids, and they cannot yell, basically, like at least like what they used to do back in the day. So then the kids don't learn. Of course, like if you really care about the kids and do it well, it works. But the majority of the times, most of the times, it doesn't work that way. The kids just don't know, that they need to learn the hard way, but they don't have the opportunity. So then teachers are underestimated, and they do whatever they want. And yeah, I guess so. But then I don't have a kid, so I don't know how things are today, but I do see the horrible news sometimes on TV. Yeah. And of course, teachers' union is still there. It's not as powerful as before, but teachers' union is, of course, in Japan too. It's leftist, and the educational board, like prefectural level, they tend to be like teachers. Not all of them, but like it's not surprising if they are leftists. So yeah. Yoko, why don't you have a baby? I wish I could. I'm 40. Yeah. Let's see. Where are the tan girls that used to be all over in the 2000s? Gals. It's called gals in Japan. Gyaru. Gyaru. Yeah, they're still there. They're still breathing. And so they're like, today we have like white gal and brown gals, like tan gals. So yeah, there are kinds. So yeah. It's really, they're still there, just the minority though. Because nowadays the trend is more of a cleaner look. And Japanese, people who want to be kind of trendy and so on are actually very similar to the ones of South Korea today. The cultural interaction is really deep nowadays. So we have the Eastern Asian, except for China though. China has their own culture, so it's a little different. But Japan and South Korea, the younger generation, they have a similar taste in beauty. So yeah, so gals are different from that sort of type, the clean way of looking. It's gals are more kind of vulgar. Yeah. Oh, super chat! Again, thank you so much. I have a recommendation for a game you should play. It's called the System Shock 2, and it's a immersive sim game, and it's infamous for its hardcore gameplay and intense atmosphere. It can be played on PS4. I have PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox, PC. Any of you played the game? System Shock. Did you tell me that before too? I feel like that name sounds familiar. Wait, I'm gonna look it up. Shock 2. Is this Steam? But I have only. Oh yeah, I remember looking this up. I think you told me before. But is it so PS4 too, right? So then I can play it, I guess. Cool. I like this type of graphic. Like I was into Left 4 Dead. I really liked Left 4 Dead. So like it reminds me of that sort of, yeah, the screen. Like I'm looking at the sort of things, and it reminds me of that game. So cool. I should play that. Oh, there's a remaster version. And at most it goes like 144 FPS. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for your recommendation. Yeah. I might have. You might have. Yeah. Yes. I should make some time to play, and yeah, I haven't, like I've been my schedule has been kind of hectic with editing for myself and my husband, and I was just thinking like how to take a break. Sometimes you need you have to intentionally have a break, right, for your health, mental health. So yes. You have played Sims before. I have played Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Dead, and COD Mobile. And now I tried Fallout, and then it was too difficult and I couldn't go further. I don't really get how the game is structured, so I gave up on that. And Days Gone is really good. But again, like I can't clear one stage and then I can't go to the next, so I'm stuck and I give up. So I'm really not a good gamer. So hopefully this helps everyone understand what immersive sim is. Oh, what's the concept though? Yoko, why do Japanese people like California so much if they are conservative? Well, just the image. the weather, the ocean, and the happy tone, and so on. Like Japanese people, when most Japanese people, when they think of America, they're gonna think of New York, California, and sometimes Texas. But Texas is for those who know America a little bit better than the usual, like regular people. Usually we talk about New York and California, so It's I don't know. It's maybe because California, because of Hollywood. Japanese people love Hollywood movies, and New York just stands out. Like a center of the world, basically. Like, yeah, like business and so on. So Washington D.C. Those who are interested in politics are gonna think of Washington D.C. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess the East and West are people know somewhat, but the center of America, the really American states, are not on Japanese people's radar. Paris syndrome in the USA. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't really know what the Paris syndrome thing is, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you play Silent Hill? No, but I watched the gameplay. The gameplay by a gamer, and also I watched, especially the latest one. Like Japan is the model, but yeah, I watched the one that this psychologist plays. I mean, he asks, like, there is some gamer right next to him, and he's giving commentary, and he gets to choose what to do and so on. But the guy plays it for him. But then he was explaining the psychological background and what the motifs symbolize and so on, and that was really interesting. I just wish that I was more capable when I play games. I'm not really good at it. Oh, super chat! Thank you so much. Fallout or Fallout 2? I don't know. Was it the first version? I don't remember. I don't actually remember. Yeah. Assassin's Creed with Black Samurai? No, I don't know. As for Assassin's Creed, I don't think I've even seen videos. So, yeah. Left 4 Dead looks like it's getting some new versions soon. Really? It's really good. Left 4 Dead is so simple and like, yeah, the simple just shooting game is it's the best. That you don't really have to, like Call of Duty, for example, like you have to think the tactic and so on. Like you have to think a lot. But as for Left 4 Dead, it's really just simple and nice. The Japanese actress who portrays the main character was streaming a Silent Hill F. Yeah, I saw a bit of that. Her name is Kato Konatsu. Yeah. And the guy too did that, like the the wishy-washy guy in the game too. He was playing it too later. I saw that. Yeah. It's amazing. The gaming level is so amazing today, don't you think? They have all this thing. I don't know what it's called. Like all the sensor, and then like motion acting, motion something, right? That they put all the things, and then they have to do all the move. Like actors, they have to assume that they are, for example, like facing this cliff or something, and they have to climb, and they have to do the movement, and I was watching that, like I don't play, but I watch the gameplays, right? So after I'm done, what I like to do is to go watch the making of the game, and then all the actors and actresses are doing all the movements, and then I'm like, oh, that scene was filmed like this. Like, it's so interesting. Motion capture, yes. Motion capture. Oh, super chat! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. To be honest, if you struggle with Fallout, then System Shock 2 is like Dark Souls in terms of RPGs, FPS game difficulty. It's very resource heavy. No! Aren't there any levels? Like, I need like, usually it's like difficult, normal, easy, and I need one more, easier, easier level. I need it. Yeah, more caps, motion capture. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how gamers do all the difficult things. Like it's like you've learned the patterns. Like you probably understand how the game is structured, but to somebody who didn't grow up with games, like it's hard to capture what's going on and like like what you are supposed to do and what the tendencies and so on. It's hard to understand, but at the same time, I really love the technology together with the graphic world. I really love the perfect graphic. It's so like beautiful. The graphic world is so beautiful. It's perfect, and there's this. I don't know. Like I feel very attracted to the graphic world, and it's probably because it's different from the physical reality. I love the physical reality too, but there's this. It's so clean. Graphic world is so clean. It's of course they no, depict like dirty places and so on too, but it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna harm you. You can get into the field, but you're not gonna get dirty and so on. So you, with a really beautiful mind, you can enjoy the, the world, and I really love it. The I've been kind of distant from from games because I've been focusing on politics now, but I showed you before. I showed you this channel before. Pocky-san. I watch his channel often. Pocky Sweets with 3.77 million subscribers, and he does all the various of games, and you can see that I watched this a little, and like this too, I watched a little on the top, and this too, I don't know why it's all like to the half, but sometimes like I have to go to sleep and someone. Oh, but this was so good, This was interesting, but I don't know. You gotta go to the channel. I like this type of like 4 letters, like horror movies. Like horror movies are my favorite to watch. Like this one too. Yeah, like I really love that world. Like even like TV shows and so on too. I like suspense and like a solving mystery and so on. And yeah, I'm such a thinker. I wanna think when I consume some kind of content. So you can change difficulty. There's an easy difficulty. Oh, that's for me. That's the yoke mode. That's a mode for me. Yeah. Which game was? I wonder what I was talking about. I talked about a lot. But anyway, man, it's almost 6. Are you guys sleepy? Are you? I've been rambling for such a long time because it's so fun. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the UFO one. UFO. Obama says something, right? This is a look at this illustration of Trump. It's actually very well depicted. But yeah, Obama said something, right? Podcast. He said that the aliens are real, but he's never seen one. It's interesting because some people said like, oh, Trump is trying to cover up the Epstein files through UFO records, but it does say that it's because of Obama that he has to talk about it now. Chibitarap. Almost 1 a.m. Oh, still not bad. I fall asleep really late. Usually I think like 3 in the morning, and then wake up before noon or so. I'm such a night owl, like, yeah. And by the way, this light is so massive. Okay, that's better. I'm sleepy. Are you gonna go to sleep? Okay, so I could talk more, but I guess I should let you guys go, right? My makeup is going bad. I was gonna say I was taking it up. Yeah. Yoko, Japan has some of the best rock and metal in the world, and most are all female bands. Really? I like Western bands. I I grew up with new metal just because that was a time that new metal came around, like Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Evanescence. Those are and Slipknot. Like they were all really popular here in Japan when I was growing up. I was about 15 or 16, so that's what I was listening to. And my friends would recommend, like American friends would recommend, like Metallica and Iron Maiden, and that's sort of like a authentic metal. But also, and bands that were popular was like System of a Down, Children of Bottom, all the major bands, Cannibal Corpse. But alternative rock like 3 Days Grace, or I really like Spine Shank. Did the vocalist die? Smothered, I found on the inside, smothered. What was that lyrics? We push from the inside out, smothered. I really like that. And Matt Vane, Matt Vane, Dig. Man, the Dig video is awesome even today. Dig, ja la la, la la. If you go to like metal YouTube videos, if you look at the comment section, there are sometimes people that change the word around. That's my most favorite thing, because once you read it, like, it's stuck in your head. Like you can't think of the real lyrics anymore. It just sounds like it. I think Matt Vane Dig was really funny. I think somebody wrote that. I'm curious now. Wait. Matt Vane Dig. I might have commented on that too. Sometimes on like one of the Limp Bizkit video, I commented and it got like thousands of likes. Yeah. What was Oh, maybe it changed. Oh yeah, dig, bury me, water me, everything that I am. Okay, so that's a really good. Dig, bury me, water me, everything that I am. I love listening to this song while gardening. It makes me feel like the plants are speaking to me. So calming. So funny. Dig, bury me, water me, everything that I am. Baby metal? I don't like baby metal. Sorry. That's not metal for me. I listen to mostly foreign music from Japan and Korea. Cool. M-Flow! Oh, good times, M-Flow. Culture of the Deepers twice. Does nanka and nanika both mean something? Yeah. Nanka. Nani is sometimes none. Nani is the official one. What? Nan is more like broken, it's a daily use and also like really verbal and slangish. Nanka. But when we say nanika, nanika is more about probably talking about what something. But when we say nanka during a sentence, it means like. It's the same as like. Nanka, nanka. So it's like. So you shouldn't say that often. I try not to do that when I speak it in Japanese because it makes you look like you're not confident enough, and also your thoughts are not sorted well in your head. Yeah. I listen to Japanese songs while I work out. Really? Nanka is like, yes. Scream. Scream. In Japan, only people in their 40s know Nirvana. I don't think so. I mean, younger generation might not know, but people above, right? Above 40s, we know Nirvana. And Ingwe from Sweden. Ingwe, right? Was it Ingwe? Oh, Dream Theater. It's so awesome. But rather than Dream Theater, I liked the other band that they formed. Yeah, but yeah. From Sweden, was it Evergrey? Was it? Are they from Sweden? I forget bands. Testament is so good too. They're so manly and masculine. I really love thrash metal sometimes, Like sometimes I want to listen to them, like, rah, just masculinity. It's really, really good. Like I need that sometimes. Like I need to get my hormones tested or something because like I don't like soft things, I'm always like adrenaline pushed and really like go, go, go kind of person. So I really love the like strong music. Kyari Pamu Pamu. That's how you spell carry? I was thinking like carry out or something like that, like carry, regular CARRY, carry Pamu Pamu. Atarashi Gakko and Fruit Sipper will be here in Hawaii for concert March 16th. Interesting. Now, the metal band I like watching is Hagane. I don't know them. The new Gundam movie used Guns N' Roses. Wow. Is it Guns N' Roses that came recently and kind of... Was it Guns N' Roses? Some band came to Japan recently and the guy couldn't sing well and there was a controversy. Shonen Knife got me started in Japan. They mix cute and with punk. Oh, interesting. The Sound of Silence. Yoko, you should look up E-Girls. Exile Girls? Exile is the boys group, right? There's a girl version now? What? I want to practice, actually, I want to practice enka. Do you know the genre enka? Enka is enka, right? Like it's a really Japanesey song, like a traditional sounding song. And yeah, I want to practice that because if I get really good, then I should wear a kimono and sing, right? I think my singing is getting better compared to before, and now I can easily sing. So I was just testing out at home, while recording for my friend and so on, and then I realized like, oh, I can, if I sing this way, I can actually hit the notes with a good voice. So I started to test it and so on. But anyway, So then I thought like, oh, what if, like, I like to fantasize. What if I get really good and become like the next Susan Wiles or something? That later in my life I become a singer. Then what would I sing? And I was thinking like, oh, I could try enka. Because then I can wear kimono. Yeah. E-Girls disbanded in 2020. Wow. You guys know very well. We need to do another music video again. I'm thinking about it. I gotta make a song. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm getting sleepy for you. As usual, I'm way too late. Yeah, I was just about to say that it might be time to go. But oh, super chat, thank you, arigato. It's 500 yen. I was approved at Kyoto Gaikuku Daigaku to study global studies. Do you think it's a good university? It's a university, so it's good. I actually took the exam there. It was the first entrance exam that I took, and then I took the one at Kansai Gaida, and that's the one I went. But yeah, so it's good. I don't know by good though. I don't know very well about the university, but it should be good. Like, it's been around since I was younger, like, or young. So as long as it survived all this time, it should be good, right? Yeah. That's good. I mean, like, going to a university in another country, just that alone means something in life, and it should be evaluated highly by people, like, people in society. Yeah. I wish I would have studied more when I was younger. The only thing I studied is obviously English, and of course it's helping me, today with my life. But I wish that, like, my father used to say back in the day that I need to get sophisticated, and I was such a metalhead with resistance. But I was like, no, like, I don't care. I'm gonna be a musician. Nah, blah, right? That's what I was, and I regret it. I should have listened to my father, and I actually, because I really truly just loved English, and I didn't really care about other things, and I didn't care about social status and so on. I was such a rebellion that I didn't care about studying other things. I wanted to concentrate on English studies, and I was thinking of going to, like, this special school. I don't know what it's called. It's a school, but it's not a university. It just gives you the certification kind of thing. And wait, let me open another tab. Okay. You guys know 専門学校? 専門学校. Vocational school, technical school, professional training college, that sort of things. That it's different from university. And I wanted to go to one for English, and then my father was like, no, you gotta go to university. Just listen to me, just go to university, right? I'm like, why university? I don't care. But then, of course, like, my dad just, of course, he pays for everything, and he's like, you just gotta take exams, just pick your favorite subjects, you can do English and Japanese, right? And I'm like, yeah, so let's just, take the exam in both, like, two of those subjects, which is something that I did, while all the other kids are studying all the other, like, all the subjects, but depending on how you get in, There are some schools, or I mean universities, that prepares that sort of exams as well. So I took exams in Japanese and English, and that's how I got into university. But yeah, and now I am so glad that, especially because I came to this political field, not like the schools that you went to really matter in this field. That if you didn't finish university, it's such a disadvantage, right? And rather, like parliament members, they usually have a degree from Tokyo University, which is the best in Japan. It's like a Japanese version of Harvard and Yale. Like you have to have that like a high level to be a politician. Not everybody is, but there are many with a degree from there. And then on the top of that, if they have a bureaucratic background, and as soon as they become a diplomats, right? Like foreign ministry, I think that if you get in, or even the maybe finance ministry too, I don't know. But they after becoming a bureaucrat, they often study abroad, like they have to. And when they do, they go to Harvard and so on. So yeah, so I am glad. My point is that I'm glad that I graduated from a university. It's better than nothing for me. So I'm glad that I listened to my father in the end. Yeah. I usually bring Christmas music to work during Christmas time, and some of songs are Japanese and Korean. Cool. It is like foreign music is always fun and cool. I do that. Like I just listen to American music today. So, but I guess I'm getting older. Like I don't care about the new music anymore because none of it sound relevant to me, and I stick to what I used to listen to when I was younger. I mean, when I was a teenager, and I can't get out of it. I feel so old. I was wondering growing up why people like my, way older people, I don't know why they were listening to the music from 70s or 60s, or even 60s, 70s, 80s. I was wondering why, and now I exactly know why, because I'm the same. Like I've been listening to the music from the 90s, and it's like why, but just how it is. Yeah. Yep. We have TPUSA event at the University of Hawaii this Tuesday. Cool. I plan to go. I also had an interview with them, and they are hiring for Hawaii position. Cool. I love the bridge like that that's connecting Japan and the USA. In the USA, Asian people have to get the highest test scores to get in. Oh, is it because they have to show that they're good? Thank you for super chat. Actually, I wanted to study at Kansai Gakuin Daigaku, but I failed. I see. Well, as long as you have the preparation, like I did that too, so. Yeah. It's meant to be, There's nothing that goes to waste in life, so yeah. And sometimes, like, what happens in life is that it's not really where you go, it's about who you meet, and what you learn from them and so on. So you can't really judge schools and so on. What matters is who you meet, what kind of things you do through that experience, and that sort of things. Yeah. You don't have to memorize new lyrics. But what's interesting is that, when I was younger, right? Like when I was like a teenager to early 20s, I didn't understand English as well. I'm still learning, by the way, but like back then it was horrible. I was already speaking and getting like I was capable of communicating with native speakers and so on. Still, like much of it I didn't understand. I just spoke like a Yoda. But yeah. But then I was singing like English songs all the time that now I sometimes sing songs that I remember and sing it out loud. Then I realize what the lyrics mean. I just like I have my muscles have memorized the lyrics, right? And I don't really know the meaning still. And then when I, but I sing it, and then I remember the song. So yeah, it goes like this and nah, nah, nah. And then I, then I realized like, oh, the lyrics meant like that, that has been happening, especially lately, and it's so fun. And I'm so impressed by myself that I still remember what I remembered back in the day. Like when you are young, you memorize in a special way, that you won't forget. It's so interesting. I was stuck in the 90s too until I discovered Japan and Korea via YouTube in 2009. Oh, cool. Lots of fun new music coming out there all the time. Yeah. I want to listen to new music, but it's so, like, it's all like electronic and the synthesizer is overused and it's, the trend is just so soft. The trend is it's too feminine for me. Like I'm a metalhead. I like really aggressive, like really energetic and not with like a strong sound, with the bass, strong bass and so on. Today it's like I cannot like new songs, but yeah. But maybe I should check out metal bands, even even the older ones. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Nanda? My husband just whispered something. I don't know what he said. I also appreciate Japanese celebrities don't say their political opinions toxically. Yeah, our culture is different. Yeah. Some do though. There or a few. Yeah, and then they end up getting on the newspaper published by the Japanese Communist Party, the Shimbun Akahata. Sometimes there are like actors and actresses whose commentary is used. So listen to newer metal music then. It's different though, newer ones. Like the culture has changed. Sabaton, I remember Sabaton. I don't remember their songs, but I remember that. Yeah. But newer bands I know is from, even newer ones is probably like 2 decades ago. What was that? This I heard the Swedish, like, as for metal music, Sweden is so good. What's the music like now? Can you say that again? Meow 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 meow. His son is no cooking this week, no clicking sounds. He started to wash the dishes. Akahata is communist. No, it means red flag. Aka, as in red, hata, flag. I started listening to AI music by Sky Bros. There's AI music? Sky Bros? Mm, 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 what is that? Sky blue. Oh, eyebrows. What is this? Sky bros. Sky bros. Oh, this? It's a YouTube channel. It? I'm not hitting on you, but I have a crush for Fukuoka girls more than Akita girls. The girls in Kyushu, including Fukuoka, is very feisty. Compared to other regions, I think we are feisty, and we are very grounded, and yeah, we're just strong. I think, yeah. But we are very traditional too, and there's recent years, there are people on X claiming that our culture is so outdated and how, like, it's only cherishing the men and disrespecting women and so on. I don't think that way at all. So it's annoying when outsiders comment on our island. A million Amelia? A million Amelia. How do I? Amelia. Amelia. Oh, this one. I will check it out later. I see the British flag. It's only 6, but I've been getting this like strong sleepiness, like it almost feels like I'm gonna pass out kind of level. It's really terrible. It happens recently. Just a newer music, not necessarily new bands. Even the old Japanese metal band from Anthem made a new album 1 or 2 years ago. Ooh. I'm falling asleep. Good night, Yoko and Cha. Thank you so much, and thanks again for your super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a good night. Sleep well. Yes, thanks for supporting Yoko. Yes. Oh, that's so Japanese. Japanese MMA women fighters, conservative Gina Carano will fight Ronda Rousey next month on Netflix. Whoa. Yeah, there are Japanese fighters. MMA, I don't know. But locally, like my acquaintance is supporting I think she's a boxing girl. And yeah, they fight too. When I was like 16 or so, I badly wanted the like a thumb bag, you know. I was such an angry kid that I wanted to punch something. I was begging for my parents to get one. They never got one for me. Hence, when I got angry, I would kick the door over a house and so on. And my closet door of my own room back home is still broken because I kicked it so hard, like bam, and then the thing at the, it's not even wood. It's the metallish thing that it got like broken. Yeah. I'm sleepy. I was getting sleepy. So many armchair Japan experts who never stepped further in Japan who thinks they know everything about Japan. but are you single? Can we get married and would your husband give approval for that? What are you saying? Uh, no, I was a good kid. I was such a good kid with no violation of school rules and so on. And teachers liked me. I was such a serious girl, but but I, you know how I'm opinionated, right? And this collectivism Japanese society, I don't fit in that culture well. I just wanted to be me, and I wanted to do all my studies, and I didn't understand how society is structured. Like I didn't get why I was there for the things that I was doing. It was so annoying and frustrating because as I grew older, I started to understand what I want to do, and all the clothes that I want to wear, all the music I want to listen to, then what kind of and also English. Obviously I wanted to study English only, and then the regular school life was not letting me do that, and I got so frustrated. And the people that I was studying with, like they were so mentally immature that I'm like, why am I with these people? And I was just frustrated in general, I guess. And I'm the kind of person still to this day that like I don't have many friends, I just have a partner. Back in the day too, like I would pick a guy and I would talk to him, and that's all. Like I didn't have female friends because like I did, but like really like shallow relationships because I didn't trust females, you know. I guess I was traumatized by my experience from like 7 years old or so because they would betray you easily. And men are more simple minded. So that's what I was doing. So I was good. So it was interesting because when I came to the political field, not many people liked me. Older guys wouldn't like me because, they want to think that I'm less smarter than them, right? Like they want to think of me as an idiot because I'm a female. I was young, like I was in my 20s. They didn't want me to stand out because they wanted to feel that they belong to the community and they, have the initiative, not this young girl. So they would try to find faults in me, as for my career, not career, but like school where I went, which school I went to, and so on. And they and then they they realized that I was a good kid, and they couldn't really find faults in me. So that was so interesting. Yeah. I have my wife on my profile pic, so I can't lose my filters. That's good. It's such a good effort. Yeah. Oh, I'm sleepy. It's dark outside. I think I should let you guys go. My husband is kindly cooking rice for the night. Yes, I was gonna go for a walk, but it's. My husband was like, eh. He's not gonna walk me anymore. It's really dark outside. I think my neighbors can actually see this room because there's this massive light in front of me and everything else is dark, so probably like from outside they can't see me. Yeah, we gotta close the curtain and so. Cranberry is getting tired and losing his filters. Oh no. What is your predictions this week? Any media hits this week? This week, what's gonna happen is we are wondering about what Trump's tariff gonna end up being. Japan is already like investing, so even though it is painful for Japan, but at the same time, it's through that we are closer with the U.S. and even Trump, and it's good in the long run, I think, and yeah, and we just hope that all the costs that we have taken don't get taken away. Like we have spent so much, costs, like our, the business field, and also the even our minister for this tariff and so on. Like he's been flying back and forth between Japan and the U.S. for negotiations, and I don't want that to go to waste. So I don't know. Tariff percentage. Japan's tariff percentage, was it? It was lower than the original set tariff. 何%日本タリフ関税何%
いろいろ交渉して、あれによって違う。
違うのかね。だから自動車とかいろいろ違うよね。だから it depends on the kind of the items, like rice or is it automobile. It's different, and still negotiating, I guess. Yeah. But America just needs to provide a benefit to the world for the tariffs. I think that if America is great again, it will benefit the whole world. Strong America will definitely benefit the whole world. Right now, China and Russia are they're doing things as they want to. After Trump took power for the second time, they are kind of behaving, but their actions remain the same. So the only thing that you have to do is to, make them listen through power. Peace through strength. Approach is very important, I think, and as long as Trump does what he wants to do and make the American economy back on track, and also to put America, on a as a really strong position in the world, then I think that we will just have the world order back to how it should be. So, yeah, watch Gundam. It's only 6 and I'm yawning. I just woke up though 6 hours ago, and this is what I'm going through. Something is wrong with my hormone balance. Yeah. Anyway, I will let you guys go. Okay. I really love this chat, but I think I should go and let you guys sleep. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you so much for giving me a super chat this. What? What? Pink!
Yo.
Pink! Banzai! 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 Yes, last week too, you saved me too. Thank you so much. You're gonna make me cry at the end. I'm sleepy and yawning, and I was already a little crying. I'm gonna cry. Oh no. Thank you always. Thank you. Oh, really, really thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much it supports this channel and also our life, that, yeah, we are gonna, we have to fly to Tokyo and so on. So it really helps. Thank you. Okay, then have a good night, guys. Sweet dreams, okay? Dream about me. Okay? Huh? Okay. Thank you. Oh, I'm so impressed by all the Japanese writing in the chat. Why can't everybody type Japanese? That is so interesting. Oyasumi. Oyasumi nasai. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye. Aloha. Bye.